Hello guys, welcome back again. And today we are back with the regular sessions of the classes. So mainly about the Dr. Sir Allama Iqbal, Sir Muhammad Allama Iqbal. So we have talked a lot about him. So he was a philosopher. So as well as the main guide, the tutor of the 20th century. So who let us the clean way to towards the nationalism as well as that way for the religion, that is what called as Islam. And he has also shown his own thoughts and roots to the various type of religions, and he respected all religions, and mainly we can say he respected the humanity, the term humanity. So a person like him, so those who supports those who has multiple characters hidden inside him in this decade, and who was praised by even the opponents such as the Britishers. We can see, we can say only by seeing him, his Tarana Milli as well as the Tarana Hind, like सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हम बुलबुलें हैं इसलिए गुलसिता हमारा. It was enough. So then as per another country he also written सारे जहाँ से अच्छा, like in another form. It was called as Tarana Milli. So Chino Arab हमारा, Chin or Arab, the China and Arab was Abbas, as well as Hindustan हमारा, Hindustan, the Bharat, the India, it was ours. And हम he didn't say हम बुलबुल है इसकी, Muslim है, हम वतन है सारा जहां. Muslim, the person who follows the Sharia of one God. When then he proposes the person towards that, the entire universe is yours. सारा जहां हमारा. Here at the other side, सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हम बुलबुल हैं इसकी गुलसितां. Have you got? सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान. Hindustan, the India is beautiful than all world. But on the other side, about the religion, he said, the entire universe is yours. When the matter comes about the country, okay, man belong to the country. If we say, okay, as a philosophical thoughts, but it's a philosophy. It's not the talk of, it's not the classes of in religious talk or whatever. We are talking about the humanity. Man is universal, he said. And we can take the सितारों के आगे जहाँ और भी है. And he have cutted the roots. जिस तरह से उन्होंने तर्क किया इनके उस दौर के रूढ़िवादियों को, आदर्शवादियों को, जो अपना दबदबा जो दबाए रखे थे ब्रिटिश राज में और ब्रिटिशों के दफ्तरों में, जो इनकी जूतियाँ चाट रहे थे. सो उनको एक ही उसमें उन्होंने दबा दिया. ऐसे कई है जिसमें से कि वो उन्होंने कहा डायरेक्टली, एज पर व्हेन द मैटर ऑफ रिलीजन कम्स ही बिकेम द फंडामेंटलिस्ट, सच एज पत्थर की मूरत को तो समझता है देवता है, इस खाके वतन का हर जरा जरा मेरे लिए खुदा है या देवता है, like that he said. So in India a lot of people worship the idols, even though he given the poetry upon them. And he also, we know that historical background of him, he was from a Brahman as well as his genealogy goes back to Rajputs. And he also says, सच कह दे ब्राह्मण अगर तो बुरा ना मान, तेरे सनम खाने के बुत हो गए पुराना, like that. So now it works. Whatever he said 100 years back, now it works. So the magics and tragics, the trickeries of the people, such as politicians, it have become olden. Now they require to construct another booth and the statue in order to make their what we can say business, such as the Britishers, who imposed many type of ways, many type of laws, certain rules and regulations and aspects that divided redivided the regions geographically as well as religiously. So we are so sad to say that today we are having 2000 or more than languages in our India, and among that hardly 16 have been accepted by the constitution. So what it matters, what it means. So in Telugu also we used to say, hmm, divide and rule policy చేసిపోయారు British వాళ్ళు. They have done like this. In which aspect they left you? He said, उन्होंने टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दिया. नहीं तुम्हारे दीन को, वॉट एवर द रिलीजन, नहीं तुम्हारे मज़हब को, तुम्हारे कल्चर को, उन्होंने कुछ छोड़ा ही नहीं. उन्होंने in another aspect we can say we didn't got independence even from the British till now. Still we are under the clutches, that may be in the form of the loan that we are getting from the IMF or from UNO, even though we are having the biggest budget or whatever the technology, but it is somewhat like in Telugu, appu chesi pappu kudu. That is what we are getting. But something we are having, that is what the population, we as well as the another country, our neighbor country, China. So the whole world's business runs here because the world's half population is here. They want to, the persons, like I already told in my lectures, so many the shaitani aspects. He said many philosophers, the prophets, they already said that this type of time going to come after the millennium. So whatever their business runs here, because there are some people like Jews who used to think that other humans, rest of the world, rest of the religions as goyams and Gentiles, means as animals. As owner has his right over the animal, he can use it, and he can take whatever work, and then after time at the evening he can give the animal somewhat food, because another day he has to take the work. That is what the thing that we are facing today, the youth, the contamination and addiction of the alcohol as well as the nudity, the sexuality, even the homosexuality, and whoever speaks the large or biggest lie, he will be the famous person, become within fraction of seconds, and whoever accept their laws, certain the European leagues or certain leagues, who comes under their surrender or protection, they will be praises. So even though we know that our India is a country in the eastern side, not only India, the China or the eastern part of the countries, which are having the basic roots. Here the parents are respected, the woman was kept in the hijab, and the usury was not, it was taken, it was haram, as per Islam also, as per the Bible, Torah or whatever Vedic religion. And we can say, take that about the bhikshus or whatever the issues, they doesn't have to depend upon these treasures. They used to they used to beg. If anyone given them gifts, they will be accepted. So what happened to the roots and cultures of our country as well as our state? In order to protect our children, our future generation, see how the eastern countries have kept the ban upon the certain things, certain narcotics as well as certain foreign trade. So we have to follow somewhat the ways of our freedom fighters, such as mainly the first person, Dr. Allama Iqbal. I suggest, as per me. And then from him only he is a tutor of Abul Kalam Azad, the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, because of whom the Indian Muslims have learned the education, the English education, as well as some part was played by Raja Ram Mohan Rai, but he was a dull person. Even though he, with the help of Britishers, he abolished the somewhat the sati sahagamanam, when the husband is to be died, the woman in the Hinduism, when his wife was alive, she will be buried. So with the help of Lord Dalhousie, he abolished that. And then remarriage of women in the Hinduism means it was a very big problem. So he solved that. And beside that, he laid the foundation for the RSS group. So we can say, directly we can say it was somewhat and the shit or part of the BJP or we can say the action group, the militant group, we can say. So this type of routes were laid at that time. By whose suggestion? It was not the suggestion of our Indians, not by the Shankaracharya or whatever. Dayanand Saraswati. If he was alive, I told you, the independence will be given far away, far very fast, before 47. But when he died, it became long time because he said when there are two major religions in India, which are of India, if the two become unite, so easily we can gain any independence from the Britishers. It's not a big problem. So because of the lack of these type of persons, so no, a person can't be born. So their values, their roots, their way of traditions, their way of thinkings, their thoughts, their aspirations, their teachings and their preachings, that remains still. We have to follow. We have to follow that, and we have to pass that to our generations. Such a type, I will tell you something. So here he says that somewhat न तो ज़मीन के लिए है ना तो आसमां के लिए, जहाँ है तेरे लिए तू है जहाँ के लिए. एंड विथ द सपोर्ट वी कैन टेक सितारों के आगे जहाँ और है. सो इकबाल साहब सेज दैट सो मैंस resting place or the permanent place of residence was not here on the earth. Everyone knows the person who dies, he doesn't come back. So even though we have been keeping astray by the many internal societies such as we know that the Illuminati, we come to read about them. So at many places. So then Freemasonry, because when the Galileo was rejected, such a type of societies were running, and they are opponent to each other. Means it's not with us. Their fight is with the churches. They are showing the popes or whatever, but they have imposed their systems upon us. See how even the World War I and II was fought right in the European, but indirectly we have to participate and we have to fight on behalf of Britishers. At the one side, our freedom fighter Subhash Chandra Bose was fighting, and we have to become the opponents of him, and our soldiers are fighting here on the words of Mahatma Gandhi. So here Mahatma Gandhi's way was quite right. I am supporting him. So it was a non-violence way. But now, in order to become unite, we have to do the same thing. First, we have to do the non-cooperation movement, such as purchasing whatever their goods or whatever thing. So here today's government saying Swachh Bharat, whatever the Bharat it may be. In order to make Swachh, he even accepted the Prime Minister of today, the wheel of the Ratnam, what we can say. It was not the acting, it was to come from birth. So can he pass the non-cooperation movement? No, we can't buy foreign goods or tradition cultures we don't want. So it will be a problem for him because he traveled many countries and we made him deals. In the manner of science and technology, okay, it will be accepted. But when the matter of culture comes, we are not going to become America or whatever European. Modi, he becomes. It depends upon you. You follow that because the 60% of the world population when the Bill Clinton was retired was born as wedlock. Wedlock means you know that the children today up to today in India the marriage was very noble as well as a ritual in between the practice which was to be done in between the man and woman. In the presence of this marriage act was performed, these rituals or this ceremony under the guidance of their parent. They were be kept together as well as Islam and main religions. So here wedlock means without marriage the man and woman can stay together and they can even give birth to children and their children can take admission in the school. Here in India, we are having the father's column. So the son of whom, okay, it will be done. The one father for her. But in the foreign, the woman can sleep with a lot of men, and she can bear lot of children. But mother was one. That is one. So that population was increased up to 60% at the time when the Bill Clinton was about to retire. He was said, I am sorry to say that 60% of my American population was of wedlock. Wedlock means directly we can say Lanja Kodukulu or rascals. So now it has become 90%. So how Modi ji, we can, because you are saying that मैं भारत को अमेरिका बनाऊंगा और whatever बनाऊंगा. So it इसको आप ही रख लो. You follow if possible because you are unmarried. It depends upon you. But don't try to impose this type of vulgar activities. Even there, the man and man can be married. Homosexuality. ये आप तक ही रखो. वो अगर चाहे तो आप शादी कर लो. But in the wedlock process, आप जो कह रहे हैं, you can follow the globally man is universal, so you can follow that. But don't impose that upon the Indians. So it will be somewhat. If you are listening, we are the people of Telangana. So कर्म कटु शब्द है सुनने के लिए. So यहाँ पर कोई ready नहीं है. So it depends upon you. ये तहजीब, it's westernization. ये आपको ही मौका. It belongs to you only as well as Donald Trump. And you can both have whatever the homosexual or whatever the marriage. Because don't try to spoil the Indian the tradition, heritage and the moral values here. Here parents are respected. And in the form of science and technology, okay, we are ready to take support from each and every country. But not, we are going to not adopt their cultures. Mainly such a type of, this type of vulgar cultures. So, and I have already told, the biggest attack, they used to show the money. They are giving us lot of loans. So that's why the farmer was not working in the fields. He is getting loan directly from the bank, even though he didn't lay the crop, as well as the entertainment, media, and technologies, medicine. In these fields, who are the owners? The whole country knows that indirectly. The Jews, as well as the Americans. The half of the Jew population, in spite of Israel, lives in America, and another half part in Israel. So these two countries may be friend of you and your party. It may work to you, but don't try to impose their laws, and don't try to make India as their root camp. Because from 3,500 years they didn't listen to Musa, peace and blessings be upon him. So when the time comes of war, they even neglected him. Oh Musa, we don't want to fight. Anyhow, we came from Egypt. You thankful to you and your God. You have passed us river, the Mediterranean series, whatever you brought here. And now you are saying we have to fight with something. The Jericho or whatever the fort it came. So he said you have to fight. So no, we don't want to fight. We want to live. You and your God go and fight. It was there in the Bible as well as Surah, as well as the Talmud, and in Quran also. So these type of people are there behind you, and you are believing them. If you are believing, means indirectly each and every citizen of India is believing. So, but it matters. It looks like that, but many are there who are not believing. We are saying you, पहले स्वच्छ आप बन जाओ, आप स्वच्छ हो जाओ, आप भारतीय बन जाओ, अखंड बन जाओ. जिस तरह से वाजपेयी जी थे, वो ऐसे काम नहीं करते थे, बहुत अच्छे थे. बट आपके लक्षण कुछ बहुत खतरनाक लगाई दे रहे हैं, जैसे कि द होमोसेक्सुअल मैरिजेस, ऐसे कल्चर से, ऐसे कल्चरल होने वाले कंट्री से आप दोस्ती करो. और इवन दो यू आर ब्रिंगिंग द टैक्स पासिंग हियर, और दूसरों के से द स्लॉटरिंग ऑफ काउ यू हैव दैट. So what it matters? So cow is the female cow. It matters to you because you are having somewhat anger upon the Muslims. But whereas the bull, no, you can slaughter it. Hmm? So what it matters? क्या हो रहा है मुर्गी से लेकर हम अगर हम मुर्गी पर भी आंख रख दें तो आप उसको कहोगे कि ये है समथिंग वो। सो ये नहीं चलेगा। सो जैसे कि भारतों में इतिहासों में लिखा है अनुशासन पर्व में कि पहले भी रिचुअल्स होते, सेक्रीफाइस होते उनके पूर्वजों की शांति के लिए। आज भी देखिए ग्रामीण प्रांत में सो जब कभी तालाब भरता है, तालाब में पानी आता है, सो आज कुत्ते की बलि भी आपने रुका दी है, मनुष्य की बलि को आप सिग्नल दे रहे। सो पहले रिचुअल्स होता था वहाँ पर स्लॉटरिंग कर कर जो भी जानवरों को रखा जाता था हर साल। अब वो कुछ कम दिखाई दे रहा है, मगर डेफिनेटली वो लोग गांव वाले विलेजर्स यहाँ पर तेलंगाना के लोग भी उसको बराबर रिचुअल परफॉर्म करते हैं। सो इट वॉज कॉल्ड एज ए कट्टा मैसमा द गॉडेस। सो everyone used to be participating in that. So this type of culture, whatever it may be, you are spoiling this. You are spoiling this, the unity. When the Moram festival comes, the Hindu and Muslim used to participate in. When the Bonal comes, the Hindu or Muslim are participating here. Here in the Dakkan, Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb is there. And what's your plan? You are taking the support of some law minister, that Subramaniam Swamy Iyer, who was not from one party. And indirectly, if you go in deeper into the roots, maybe what the reasons behind the death of Jayalalitha, the future generation going to see that. So it depends upon you and your government, because it's not politics. Everything doesn't matter, that doesn't run with politics. So you have to be ideal and moral, as well as a hero for us, not like a mediator of the Donald Trump. So I told that we don't want to adopt the culture of rascals. మేము లంచ కొడుకుల కల్చర్ని అడాప్ట్ చేయ మోడీ గారు. We are the Telangana people. So children, you have to note on this. Be far away from this. So whatever the heritage of Telangana, whatever the culture, our history, try to protect that. So the Allama Iqbal, don't forget him. He was a very good person. So he also said that. So खोलान सुबह देख, फिजा देख, ज़मीन देख, फर्स्ट देख. So मशरिक से उभरते हुए सूरज को देख. Mashriq, the eastern part. He said, whatever the truth is there, the right way, it is toward east, not in the western side. He already given us a hint. So that we are to come on the eastern part. And whatever the China or whatever the Burma, these countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, there we are, our moral values, our rituals are here strongly. So don't vulgar it, don't try to contaminate it. So anyhow, it will be a long class. In the next class we'll talk about more things, but take about that we are not going to become the rascals. Hello guys, welcome back again. And today we are back with the regular sessions of the classes. So mainly about the Dr. Sir Allama Iqbal, Sir Muhammad Allama Iqbal. So we have talked a lot about him. So he was a philosopher, so as well as the main guide, the tutor of the 20th century. So who led us the clean way towards the nationalism, as well as the way for the religion, that is what called as Islam. And he has also shown his own thoughts and roots to the various type of religions. And he respected all religions, and mainly we can say he respected the humanity, the term humanity. So a person like him, so those who supports those who has multiple characters hidden inside him in this decade, and who was praised by even the opponents such as the Britishers. We can say only by seeing him his Tarana Milli, as well as the Tarana Hind, like Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara, Hum Bulbule Hai Isliye Gulsita Hamara. It was enough. So then, as per the other country, he also written Sare Jahan Se Acha, like in another form. It was called as Tarana Milli. So Chino Arab Hamara, Chin or Arab, the China and Arab was ours, as well as Hindustan हमारा, Hindustan, the Bharat, the India, it was ours. And हम he didn't say हम बुलबुल हैं इसकी, Muslim है, हम वतन है सारा जहां. Muslim, the person who follows the Sharia of one God. When it will then he proposes the person towards that, the entire universe is yours, सारा जहां हमारा. Here at the other side, सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हम बुलबुल हैं इसकी गुलसितान. Have you got? सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान. Hindustan, the India is beautiful than all world. But on the other side, about the religion, he said, the entire universe is yours. When the matter comes about the country, okay, man belongs to the country, if we say, okay, as a philosophical thoughts, but it's a philosophy. It's not the talk of, it's not the classes of in religious talk or whatever. We are talking about the humanity. Man is universal, he said. And we can take the सितारों के आगे जहाँ और भी है. And he have cut it, the roots. जिस तरह से उन्होंने तर्क किया उनके उस दौर के रूढ़िवादियों को, आदर्शवादियों को, जो अपना दबदबा जो दबाए रखे थे ब्रिटिश राज में और ब्रिटिशों के दफ्तरों में.